All right, got a really cool Survivor here. This is the GMC Sierra Suburban 6.2 liter diesel, and apparently it was bought by the son, driven. It's a great truck. It looks like it has low miles. The frame looks really good. Body looks great. I mean, the rocker panels on this are better than on my 2006 Suburban. And then mom and dad wanted something like this over here, so it was brought over here for mom and dad to use, and they never drove it. It just sat for 8 or 9 years, and it was running fine. A good truck, but mom and dad never drove it, and son moved on, and mom and dad have passed away, and so here we have a nice diesel Suburban. The body really looks good. Look at these rockers. I mean, come on now. This is not the Chevy we love and know. A little bit of rust back here. Look at the frame down here. What? Hardly any rust. This is a nice truck. Just a really super truck. Be a great project. You could do a little bit and drive it, or do a lot, make it really fresh and nice. Really clean interior. A few cracks in the dash, but the seats are pretty clean. Look at that. This thing would really clean up. Looks like you had a little bit of water leaking in over here. Or maybe somebody spilled some oil. Looks like some oil. Somebody was working in a garage and getting in, so that's better. I'd rather have oil over here than water. Looks like somebody was walking around in a real oily environment and then getting in the truck every day, like a shop or a garage. That's oil. Look at those pedals, hardly any wear. I mean, that's telling me 29,183, and it does not look like it's turned over to me. And the pedals look pretty fresh. Steering wheel's good, and everything looks really good. A little bit of elbow grease, boy, you'd have a real clean truck. You got all 3 rows of seats. Headliner needs to be replaced or fixed. You got power windows. Look at the trim. Look how clean it is. I think a little imagination will go a long way here on this truck. I'll open the hood here for you, if we can figure it out. One thing I will say is that the grandkids had a lot of fun here in this backyard. You can see there's a tent there, and they kind of ran all over the place and fiddled around with things. Missing a mirror over there, and the little brass housing was broken, and it fell on the floor when we went to start it. And I can't get these keys in this ignition. So I think you're going to have to do an ignition replacement. My suspicion is the kids were pretending to drive out here and screwed up the ignition, stuck something in there. So we couldn't get it in neutral. Also, it looks like the hood release has broken off there. I'm going to try and do it with some pliers. The hood release did pop with some pliers. You'll need to replace that little plastic doodad. So let's see what this is. Looks like somebody was walking in oil at work every single day. Because it isn't water. It's clean as a whistle under here, not rusted out. I'm amazed with this thing and the quality of the metal. It's really good. Look at the floor. There really isn't much rust. Somebody was probably keeping this in the garage before they sold it to these people. So I'm thinking this was a garage kept vehicle for a long time. Maybe a mechanic or somebody owned it, took real good care of it. Just a beauty. Let's look at the engine. You saw this trim piece is in the truck. 6.2 liter diesel, dual battery. Again, this looks like a low mileage vehicle that was very well taken care of, and it's just really clean. I think another 20 years out here would be a problem. maybe even another 10 years out here would be a problem. But we haven't quite got there yet. I think it'd be good to rescue this truck and get it on the road. Look at this. Looks like somebody took some kind of a big trip to Mexico in this thing in '86. Isn't that cool? Check that out. The official truck of the 23rd Olympiad, 1984. This is a 1984 truck. Kind of neat. Still got that sticker. People that abuse their vehicles you don't see the 1984 Olympic sticker still on the window. Somebody took really good care of this truck. And it does have the tow package in the back. We do have a flat tire up here. Let's take one more look. You got some rust through there. That's very common. But really not bad. Not bad at all what we got back here. I mean, look at that differential there. It's not even... Oh, the sun's killing me here. A little bit of surface rust from sitting out here, but really pretty good. I don't see a lot of big time. A little bit of surface rust just from the air from sitting back here. Looks like it was last on the road in 13. So.